धन्य धन्य बुद्ध करुणा निदान धन्य धन्य बुद्ध करुणा निदान.
There are more than 2000 Buddhist caves all over India. In Maharashtra alone, there are more than 1500 caves. Panadekaji, known in the ancient time as Pranalaka, was an important center for Buddhism. It was discovered in 1970. It is the center of the Buddhist learning that spanned from the 3rd century AD to the 14th century AD, having the entire history of Buddhism inscribed in the stone, starting from the stupa architecture to the images of the Buddha, Bodhisattvas, and the symbolic images of the Vajrayana Buddhism, all the way up to the Hatha Yogic tradition founded by the great Buddhist Siddhas, including the Gorakhnath and Matsyendranath.
So we are at a place called Panalek Kaji Caves. The original name of this place was Pranalak. This place has been a very pivotal in the history of Buddhism. This place actually is well connected with the other caves in Orissa, Maharashtra and other parts of India. The trading community has been using this center very well. This place is located about 150 kilometers away from Mumbai. It takes about 2.5 hours to 3 hours to reach this place. It's surrounded by a beautiful lake and nature. It's a very interesting, has about 28 caves, and everybody who will come here will have a awareness about the Buddha's thoughts. It will also provide the connectivity. It will also provide the connectivity with the overall history of Buddhism, starting from Mahayana, Hinayana, Vajrayana.
How far is this from Bombay?
This place is about 150 kilometers away from Mumbai city. It takes about 2.5 hours to 3 hours to reach here. Probably a good place even for having a weekend outing for a group of people. Nice place to come here, see the caves, enjoy, connect with the history of ours. This place has been well connected with other caves in this country, be it in Orissa, be it in Maharashtra. This place has been one of the great center for the trading community. Trading community has actually helped Buddhism to prosper in the historical times, and that this place actually shows those evidences. Good.
Resources wise actually वही तो बाबा साहब अपनी करते थे ना. यहाँ भी रहेगा कोई ना आपको पकड़
We are standing at the caves which are very close to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's place and Ramabai Ambedkar's place. So these places are actually maybe 40 to 30 kilometers away from this place, and you can see that these caves are unique, that they have been carved in a one single stone, and it's the synthesis of several traditions from Hinayana, Mahayana to Vajrayana.
So this place is one of many such places that we find spread across the country. It is estimated that there are more than 2,000 caves spread across India, out of which almost 1,100 are within the state of Maharashtra. As you can see, the place is not very well kept, which is very sad, and this is true for most of the places that you will go and see. Even places like Ajanta and Ellora, which are the World Heritage Sites, are not as well kept as they should have been, considering their World Heritage status. However, it is very important to preserve these places, considering the significant historic importance that these places hold, especially a place like this, which has traditions which goes on from almost 300 AD to almost 1400 AD, and covers almost every aspect of Buddhist history, every sect of Buddhism, whether it be Hinayan, Mahayana, Vajrayana, and all such traditions are at one single place. So I think the more people start visiting this place, the more people come here, they understand the historic importance. It will bring this place onto the world map, a tourist map, and people will realize the importance of this, and that is how it will attract attention and force the authorities to invest their time and energy in bringing this status, bringing the lost glory of this place back.
This is the symbol of Vajrayana Buddhism. As you can see that there is a Vajra, horizontal Vajra carved on the lotus feet of the Buddha. And also you can see that there is the earth touching mudra of the Akshobhya Buddha. The body is completely destroyed, but you can see that there is a head, and you will find innumerable Akshobhya icons here. This is a very important place in the history of Buddhism, as we can see from this very important figure in the Buddhist iconography. This is the figure of Chanda Maharoshana, and he is also known as Ekalavira. As you can see from this iconography, at the top of this tablet, there is the Buddha here inscribed. As you can see it very clearly, that there is a Buddha on the top. And when we look at the iconography of this image, we can see that it has the Buddha Akshobhya here. That's the Buddha Akshobhya here. And we can also see that he is holding a sword in his hand. And he has what is called the noose or a pasha holding in the other hand, and he is in a very dynamic state where he is very fierce. As you can see from his teeth, that is very fierce, and his eyes, and he is full of what is called the wrath. So it is a wrathful form of the Buddhist five-headed Buddha, one of the five-headed Buddhas in Buddhism, known as Akshobhya. So this was a place which was associated with the practice of Akshobhya. As you can see from here, there is an elephant which is also the sign of Akshobhya. So the deity was very popular and still popular in Tibetan Buddhism, and is still popular in the Nepalese Nevaris Buddhism. And here, not very far from here, there is a place called Karla Cave, which is very famous for the Buddhist caves. Also has what can be called the worship of Ekavira. So Ekavira is a very special deity at this place in the ancient cave of Prahalaka.
So what you can see here right now is the very old statue of Akshobhya. Parts actually, not the exact statue, because it is in a broken stage, not kept, very well kept. We were lucky enough to find it in this condition. You will see that across the entire premises which may be spread over along the length of almost around 700 meters. You will find many statues, most of them in broken condition, not very well kept, scattered all across these premises. This premises is full of history, full of all the kinds of things that you can find in an ancient Buddhist cave. You see there are cells for the monks, there is prayer area. So much so, the most interesting thing is even there is an old stupa, again in a broken state. So if you go upstairs, you will find that there is a platform which is chiseled out of the hill. That flat surface, you can see this stupa. If you go up the hill, you will find that there is a space, a lock and key model, where this stupa must have been erected, and it has fallen down from there and broken in parts. One of such small stupas you can see over there. There is a small stupa there, but the bigger one was at the top, and that is the one that you see right now here, which is in a broken down condition. So once again, the rich heritage, not only from Buddhist perspective, but even from archaeological perspective, scientific perspective, because the features that you see, they are so well carved out to precise measurements, perfection. So such is the place, such is the beauty of this place.
बघितला येता ना कचरा बघितला केवढा आता कुंडी ठेवलेली आहे मग कचरा तुम्ही कुंडीत का नाही टाकत हे आपल्या गोष्टी तर काही गोष्टी म्हणजे
फीस घ्या ना तुम्ही मेंटेन
फीस घ्या पण मेंटेन करा स्वच्छ ठेवा
वाईट वाटतं की गव्हर्नमेंट
आणि हे द्यायचं तिथे
भारतामध्ये असे केव्ज आहेत आणि अनफॉर्च्युनेटली आपण त्याला प्रमोट करत नाही. बाहेरच्या देशात जाऊन आपण बरेच फीज देऊन आणि आपण एंट्री फीज देऊन बघतो, बट व्हेरी सॅड सिच्युएशन की आपण हे सगळं इकडे एक्सपिरियन्स करत नाही.
The Buddha was called the Mahanaga, like the boss of the Nagas. And in the Buddhist sculptures, you will always see the Nagas depicted here. But here in this special carving, you can see a very beautiful carving of the two Nagas here, and they are very unusual. Like they are as if flying in the air with 5 hoods. And you can see here the stupa structure, and down here in the main heart of the sculpture is the Buddha with 5-hooded Naga here, protected by the Naga and the Nagini here. So as we know in the Buddhist history that the Buddha was protected by the Naga, and this stupa structure represents the protection of the Buddha by the Nagas. It's a very unique sculpture.
So as you can see, this is a very beautiful, very scenic place. The waters are very clean. You might feel tempted to get inside the water. Don't do that. Please don't get inside the water, because there is a warning which says, okay, so as you saw the statues inside, even the warning board is not properly maintained. It is torn, but I will read it out for you. You can see there are crocodiles inside this water. So no matter how tempting that water looks, don't venture inside this water because it is a danger. Don't get in, right? and government needs to not only maintain this place but the signboards as well.
This is a very beautiful sculpture of the Akshobhya Buddha. There is a Vajra at the bottom of it. And the Bhumisparsha Mudra, the earth touching mudra, and a very serene Akshobhya Buddha here, add on with the people leaves at the back. There is another similar statue with a very prominent Vajra representing the Akshobhya. And here is also the Bhumisparsha Mudra and the full sculpture of the Akshobhya Buddha here. There are many broken statues here. As you can see, there are many broken statues here, and we can see that they need to be reconstructed, they need to be redone. These jigsaw puzzles in the form of scattered pieces here have to be arranged in order to get an idea as to what it was in the past. This you can see another sculpture. This here is another image of the Chanda Maharoshana. The sword, the noose, and here is the deity, popular here in these premises as the Mahachanda Roshana. Here you can see very clearly, here is the Buddha, and there at the top of it another representation of the Buddha.
आपल्या भारतात नैसर्गिक तसेच ऐतिहासिक सौंदर्याचा खजिना भरपूर मिळालेला आहे, पण एक दुःखद गोष्ट अशी आहे की आपल्याकडे ते मेंटेन केले जात नाही काही कारणाने, किंवा लोकंसुद्धा जागृत नाही आहेत की आपल्या टुरिस्ट स्पॉटला आपण कसं वागावं किंवा कसं ते मेंटेन करावं. तर आमच्या इथे आता हे पन्हाळे कांजी म्हणून या ठिकाणी आहे कोकणामध्ये. खूप सुंदर अशी जागा आहे आणि प्राचीन काळी लेणी इथे लाभलेली आहेत आणि इतकं निसर्ग सौंदर्य इथे या गावात मिळालेलं आहे. पण तेच दुःखद आहे की इथे पण ते कोणी मेंटेन करत नाही आहे किंवा कोणी त्यांचं गव्हर्नमेंटचं लक्ष नाही आहे. तर आमची एवढीच इच्छा आहे की जे नैसर्ग सौंदर्याचे टुरिस्ट स्पॉट आहेत ते मेंटेन करावं आणि आपल्या देशातल्या लोकांना त्याचं देणगी म्हणून एक चांगलं खूपच त्याची यूज करावं.
धन्य धन्य बुद्ध करुणा निदान, धन्य धन्य बुद्ध करुणा निदान, दिले ज्ञानशील आम्हाला धन्य ते नगरी कपिलवस्तुनाम शाक्य फुलधाम विराजिती विराजिती, धन्य ते नगरी, धन्य ते नगरी.